Coach, coming up on the Class 3A State Wrestling Championships this weekend, and I guess first of all, you just won the regional out in Lander. How would you describe where your team's at here as you've gotten to the postseason?
We're trying to hold them together. I kind of feel like I'm holding them together with duct tape and baling wire, baling twine. At this point, we've just been, we're pretty nicked and scraped up, and we're just trying to get through to the end at this point. But kids wrestled well. They fought hard. I think we put ourselves in a good position. It's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. I think that we've set ourselves up for just like Douglas did, for a real good state tournament run.
I was going to ask you, is Douglas kind of the chief competition at this point for you guys?
Yeah, I think Douglas is the main competition because of their depth. I think there's some outliers there that have some outstanding individuals that I very easily see that, there's a team like Pinedale or Lyman or Rollins or someone at the end of day one, because you've just got the guys who are in the finals. You haven't done the wrestlebacks yet and scored those points to the backside. They could be at the end of day one, be in the lead of the tournament because they have 5 guys in the finals, and Star Valley and Douglas have 4 or 3. But then the next day happens, and that, I think that's where the tournament's going to be decided.
So the depth, how do you feel about the depth of your roster coming into this weekend?
We're not as deep as we've been in the past. We're a little thinner in some spots. There was a lot of years where we could legitimately wrestle each other in the finals, and we're not that team this year. We lost some kids early and during football season, and some of those things that have hurt us down in the long run. But I think that we have enough overall depth that we're gonna make it an honest tournament.
Gotcha. How has this group handled kind of the pressure of going for a 7th in a row, which I think would tie the record for most in a row by you guys?
Yeah, it's been interesting. We haven't talked about it much. And that's kind of the way we've been dealing with it, is that you try to avoid it, because that if you start throwing that kind of pressure on yourself, it gets to be a little bit of a burden. I think our kids have become a little too comfortable with winning. So it's been a challenge that way, because it's one thing to win. It's another thing to keep winning. And you talk to lots of coaches who've been through this. To stay on top, the kids have to keep buying in, and sometimes they forget along the way how hard we worked to win the first one. and it's not going to be automatic, and some of those things. There's years we walk into the state tournament and we're such a strong favorite that we can have a bad tournament and we're going to come out on top. Well, this is not the case this year. This is not the case, and we're excited. We look forward to the challenge. Douglas is a great team, and there's, you look at our region, it had 5 of the top 8 teams at the Ronthon were in one regional.
Right.
And so to come out of the region with 24 kids still wrestling, we feel good about it.
Talk a little bit about Zachary Patterson and Harrison Hoops and what amazing seasons they put together. Still undefeated, I believe, at this point. What has made that run so magical for those 2 guys this year? They've
just avoided. They don't think about it. They're not thinking about the undefeated thing. They're thinking about the next match. One match at a time. We try not to discuss it. We've only had one athlete go through a season at Star Valley High School since I've been here and wrestle the whole season and be undefeated, and that was Rick Wolfley all the way back in the day. That's been a while.
That was like late 90s, 2000 or somewhere around there.
Yeah. So it's about 2006-ish.
Okay.
But it's and usually our schedule's brutal. We go out to some big Utah tournaments and some of those things, and so we usually find a way for everyone to get beat, and that's kind of by design, because you're only as good as your competition. But these 2 have just managed to, no matter who comes out and gets after it, they've managed to rise to the occasion. So it's pretty special to have 2 of them at this point.
Yeah. So in the end, what's got to happen right for your team this Friday and Saturday, do you think, Coach?
I think that our kids who've been hurt have got to step up. And we have to wrestle to our full potential. No one has to do anything crazy, but we just can't stumble. Because it's not going to take much of a stumble for us or Douglas, and the other one's going to take advantage of that and be carrying the trophy home. So
it sounds like it's kind of a 2-team race, but are there some other outliers that you kind of mentioned?
Well, like I said, I think if Pinedale were to get on a roll, they're going to have some outstanding individuals. Rollins has some outstanding individuals. I think that Warland has an outside chance, but there's no one I don't think there's anyone that has the depth top to bottom that Douglas and Star Valley does to medal in 11 or 12 weight classes. And that's what it's going to take, is 11 or 12 weight classes to win it. And I don't think anyone else is sitting with that kind of a roster.
Well, lastly, real quick, back to a normal format this year instead of just one class per day. You got the 2-day situation. Do you like that? Did you like last year a little bit better because it was different? Does it really matter in the end?
I hated last year. It was horrible. I'll be honest. It was the worst decision we've ever made as a state, because and we did what we could. I was excited we got to wrestle. Don't get me wrong. I was thrilled because there's a lot of states who didn't get the opportunity. So we were super happy about that. But the way it was, you were rushed in, you were rushed out, and you didn't get to enjoy the process. I mean, here's how it was for my team. We've won the state championship. Mm-hmm. We got on the bus. We went to Walmart, got our food, and went home because we had to be home by 2 a.m. So our celebration was whatever you can grab at Walmart and get your butt on the bus, because we got to get out of here because we're hurrying to make the 2 a.m. rule.
Right.
I think it hurt us because, and it hurt not just us, it hurt all of us because we didn't get to celebrate the success. I think we should have taken some time and enjoyed it. We'd got through the year. I mean, the extra day wouldn't have killed anybody, and we would have just, made it happen. And so I think that I'm super excited to be back to the 2-day format. I like the idea that they're getting us done earlier, so some of the teams that aren't so far away can go home. Yeah. And those types of things, and we can eliminate some of those breaks and do some of those things, and still get out of there at a decent hour. And we'll actually get to go out for a meal after the tournament's over, which would be kind of nice.
hey, whatever works for you. Yeah. And the atmosphere is just different with everybody there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really great with everyone there. Some people liked having just one class because then it could focus on their kids, but it's not the same. You can ask our kids are super excited about having the old tournament back, the March champions, all that fun stuff. So we're excited to go and compete, and I'm super thrilled that, we're going to go compete against some good teams and have a lot of fun and let the chips fall where they may. We're excited though. I mean, the kids have done the work, and now we just got to kind of the hay's in the barn. So now let's go see what's going to happen.
Coach, thanks so much for taking some time, and best luck on Friday and Saturday with your group.
Thank you very much. You have a nice night.